Hello guys, this weekend Manchester United face Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So let's get into it. Let's cue the intro. Oh no, and welcome back to Matchday Live, and it's me Dan back again, and this weekend Manchester United face Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's the Sunday 4:30 kickoff, so this time we're not the 7:30, we're the 4:30 this time on the Sunday, because obviously we played Europa League. So the team I've gone for, depending on injuries, I think Luke Shaw and Rashford might be a problem. Both of them came off last night against Granada. I think Luke Shaw come off at half time, but apparently he might be okay, and Rashford, he might be okay as well. So I reckon it will be them. Obviously, it will be the same back four. Obviously, Dean Henderson back in the net. I think he's cemented his place as number one now. So I wouldn't be surprised if David De Gea. Well, I would be surprised if David De Gea starts, but. Yeah, in midfield, I reckon it will be Pogba and McTominay again. I know McTominay played last night with Paul Pogba, but I reckon it'll be the same two again. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trusts Fred and Pogba together, whereas Pogba and McTominay, that wouldn't be too bad. And then obviously Fernandes, Greenwood, and Cavani, unless he goes like this and does with Fred and McTominay. Hopefully he doesn't. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't. But I reckon it will be something like that. Or he might put Matic in with Pogba. I'm not too sure. And then obviously Fernandes and Cavani. I reckon it will be Cavani. He didn't start last night, but I reckon he'll probably drop Dan James, bring in Greenwood, because I think Greenwood came off as well last night. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's them four up front. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's play match, and let's talk about the last result, which was against Brighton, and we did win that game 2-1. We got lucky in that game, to tell you the truth. We got very lucky. Right, so let's go on. Let's talk about the first half. So first half, not much really happened, really. United didn't really get going first half. Second half, we did for the first couple minutes in that Brighton game, and then all of a sudden we just kind of switched off for a bit. And we did have our first chance through Greenwood. Greenwood had a shot that hit the post, I do believe. It's just a first-time volley. He just gets it, and he was unlucky not to score, actually. It would have been a great finish for him. But yeah, that would have been a great goal, but obviously that hit the post. And then, like I said, United didn't really get going after that. We kind of let Brighton have the ball, and Brighton got in and scored through Danny Welbeck. It's just a simple cross. What a goal from McTominay. It was just an early goal. It was just a crossing from the Brighton player, and Danny Welbeck was there. I think one area that United do have to work on is Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka, especially when crosses come in. They go to Wan-Bissaka because Wan-Bissaka is not that good in the air, and he doesn't really deal with it, Wan-Bissaka, and Lindelof completely gets it wrong as well. So yeah, United, it's just poor defending on that goal. So then that was 1-0. So we went into half time 1-0 down. Not the best, not the best thing to happen, but we did, we did come out second half much better, and we did get a goal through Rashford. It was just a mistake from a Brighton defender. I think they gave the ball to Bruno Fernandes, and then Bruno Fernandes just puts in Rashford. It's a good finish from Rashford. So then that was 1-1. But then straight after that, United got very lucky with a call from the VAR. Personally, it's a penalty. How we got away with it, I don't know. It's Danny Welbeck again. He just gets in front of Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire does touch him. I don't get it. It should have been a penalty. It's a definite penalty, but VAR didn't give it for some reason. It's just one of them ones where you can, there's little touch there, but there's enough, to get a penalty. If it was given the other way, it would have been, something like that. But we definitely need to watch out for that, especially against Tottenham this weekend. But yeah, so we got lucky with that, and then literally a couple minutes later, good cross from Bruno Fernandes. It fell to Paul Pogba. I think Paul Pogba had a shot. It's like volley. It hits the floor. The volley hits the floor and then just falls to Greenwood. It could have failed to Van der Beek or Greenwood, and Greenwood scored with a diving header and put it past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper did get a hand to it, but he just goes into the net anyway, and that's a good goal to get. So yeah, 2-1 victory. Like I said, we got away with it, but we'll take them points. It wasn't the best performance, and United keep having these performances where we aren't. Oh, Rashford, we're unlucky. We're not playing that well, but we're somehow getting the victories. And if we can keep playing like that, against the opposition and getting these goals, one game, especially this game this weekend, it might not work for us. And obviously, what happened last time we faced Spurs. We lost 6-1. So hopefully that doesn't happen. We definitely need to be on point, and hopefully we can get a clean sheet. If we can get a clean sheet against Tottenham, Tottenham themselves haven't been doing well recently, so that might be a best thing for us. But we still need to talk about the Europa League game against Granada, which was last night, and we won that 2-0. Again, it wasn't the best performance, but again, Granada, they're not the best of teams. They did give David De Gea a couple of saves, but most of his saves like right at him, if you know what I mean. He could easily catch them. So it was one of them games. Our first goal came through just an over-the-top ball from Lindelof, which was a really good ball in. And just really good ball over the top from Lindelof, and Rashford took a first touch, and it was a great first touch, and then he just puts it past their goalkeeper. And then, again, we almost scored again. And then literally, a couple minutes later, we did have another chance as well. But we went into half-time 1-0 in that one. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the best of games from United. It wasn't the best performance. People were giving the ball away quite a lot. They had chances. I'm not going to lie. They did have chances, Granada, to score. But like I said, not many shots that David De Gea could easily saved, if you know what I mean. They were straight at him, to be honest, most of their saves. They did have one chance where they hit the post, but I think David De Gea covered it anyway. It had it covered. So, yeah, it's just one of them. So, half-time 1-0. It looked like it was going to finish 1-0, but, Granada, yet again, it looked like the second half where we played AC Milan, where, obviously they got an equaliser right at the end. We was playing like that. We kept giving the ball away. Obviously, we brought on Matic. It kind of slowed us down a bit. Kind of glued us a bit together after that as well. And then literally, a couple minutes later, we get a penalty out randomly. It's just random penalty. Bruno Fernandes, basically Bruno Fernandes, he runs into, I wouldn't say he runs into, the defender just puts a hand up towards Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes, does his trickery and gets his penalty, and VAR confirms it's a penalty. And I don't know, in the Premier League it wouldn't have been given, but in Europa League you've seen them given quite a few times. So obviously after that, Bruno Fernandes then scored, only just. It wasn't the best of penalties, but then it was the 90th minute. He just got it past the Granada goalkeeper, and so that was quite a good goal to get as well, especially with a couple yellow cards. So next week, I think Harry Maguire is missing. I think McTominay is missing as well through suspension, and I think Luke Shaw is missing from suspension as well. So we've got a couple of suspensions next week to deal with, and hopefully we can get that. Hopefully we'll be okay. It gives Harry Maguire a rest actually, and Luke Shaw, so we'll be okay for the next round of the Premier League next weekend after that game. But yeah, we should be okay, I think, next week. 2-0. We got two away goals. We should be okay. Right, so on to this weekend. Obviously, we do have Spurs in on Sunday. Spurs themselves not having the best of runs recently. They drew 2-2 was it at Newcastle or was it at their home? I think it was at Newcastle. They gave away a not penalty. They gave away a they gave away a late goal, didn't they, to Willock, I believe. So they drew 2-2 with Newcastle. They did win their last game against Villa before that, though. So, they've had the week off as well, which is another big thing for them. And then obviously, what happened last time when we had a Europa League game, and that was the quarter-final against Leicester. So we definitely need a big performance. And hopefully, United will turn up this weekend. Not like they did against Leicester. So, yeah. What else do we... Actually, last weekend, we actually got a good weekend for us, actually, as well. Because Chelsea lost, which was quite a surprise, 5-2 to Chelsea. To West Brom, sorry. So, yeah, they dropped points, and obviously Tottenham dropped points. I do believe Liverpool won, though, didn't they? Because I think they played Arsenal. So, we picked up a couple of points on above, the fourth place spot, and we got 4 points ahead of Leicester now as well, because they beat, obviously, Leicester lost to Man City. So we've got a kind of a points gap to third now, and we've got, I think, 6 points ahead of Chelsea, who are currently in fifth, I think. And then obviously, we've got, is it 5 points maybe? Because West Ham are in the top 4 now as well. Talking of West Ham, how good is Jesse Lingard being at West Ham? How we let him go, I do not know. If Jesse Lingard was playing like that in training, I don't get why he didn't get picked. He could have gone into our team, especially on that game against Brighton. I think he could easily get into our team. The way he's playing really... Oh, well, that was almost an own goal. The way he's playing, he could easily get into this United team. He's just playing really good, and it's good for him. It's, needs that confidence. Anyway, this weekend it's against Spurs. I wouldn't be surprised the scoreline will be a draw. Mourinho probably will play us on the counter-attack against us. Just sit back and hopefully get a victory. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if they did nick a victory, like a classic Mourinho performance. But I think United will maybe get a goal themselves, and I think Spurs will probably do. Like I said, they haven't been playing really well recently. It was only that Aston Villa game they played okay. This game is quite a big game, especially for Spurs for the top 4. So they definitely need 3 points. But I think Man United might just switch on for a bit, get a goal, and then maybe rescue a draw or something like that. So for my score prediction, I reckon it will be. I'm going to go for 1-1. I don't think United will win. I think Spurs will just probably sit back and try and get a goal, and I reckon 1-1 is a fair result, personally. That's my score prediction for today. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your comments below. Right, guys, I'm going. Bye.